Hello, today I'm back with a very raw and special video. I'm going to talk about self-awareness. I've been thinking a lot about life and how aware am I of my current situation or of my current priorities. Knowing yourself is just a very valuable skill because you have to constantly reflect on yourself, your actions, your emotions, your behaviors, things like that. Today I'm just gonna ask you a few very simple, deep questions and I hope you can do this activity with me. I promise you won't regret it. If you're interested in self-awareness or mindfulness, or you don't really think that you understand yourself. And the first question is, who do you love most in your life? And you can take your time to think about it. If you are comfortable enough or open enough, feel free to also comment your answers in the comment section below so we can get to know each other better. So who do I love the most in my life? It was actually my papa. So he was always like my grandfather and he brought me up. I think I really love him the most until he died. And then afterwards, I love my dog the most. And he died too. This is a sob story. Now, who do I love the most if I don't count them? I think now I actually love my partner the most. So partner is obviously my papa's wife. And she's also like a grandmother to me. She's very sweet. When I told her that I was thinking of resigning, and then I was kidding like, haha, do you want to look after me for the rest of my life? And she immediately say, yeah, sure, if you live in my house, I will cook for you, I will mend for you. And that was just like a very nice gesture. And the second question is, what is your greatest lesson learned in life? Just pick one. And usually whatever that you pick will somehow define your character of like who you are now and where you are now. For me, the greatest lesson that I've learned in life was actually when I was very young. I don't know if I have mentioned this in like my quarter life crisis video, but I think it was when I was just a toddler and Papa was the one who taught me this very valuable lesson. So I'm the youngest in my family and Papa always looked after me very well, and he would like spoil and pamper me. I was also at a stage where I could have just gotten anything I wanted just by asking. So I remember there was this one time that my sister wanted to buy orange juice from the vending machine and she's like, oh my god, I feel like drinking orange juice. And I was like, oh, don't worry, I'll tell Papa about it, like he will buy for you for sure because he always get me whatever I want. So I probably didn't think so much into like, oh, it's not very nice to say that in front of him. So in the end he said something like, don't take everything for granted just because like I spoil or pamper you. And that was actually my first time getting rejected for something that I wanted or something that I've requested. And I think that really gave me just came across me that, oh, it's not normal to have everything that I wanted, and if there is something given to me when I ask for it, I should be grateful. And that really just changed my whole perspective about life. Yes, even though I was very little, but it definitely left like a very big impact on me, and that's how I feel like it's the greatest lesson to me, because even now I always constantly remind myself to stay humble and be grateful to things that are good and happen around me. The next question is, what is your greatest fear? What is your greatest and deepest and darkest fear? To me, for a very long period of time, it was the loss of loved ones. So my papa died and then I was just like very shocked. before that I don't think I even have like a darkest fear. I think I'm just very like positive about everything, and even if I were to be in a very challenging environment most of the time, I'm just very bossy, okay? I'm the person who's like very quiet, but I'll just do everything that comes in my way. And the loss of loved one was my greatest fear after Papa has died. And then I love my dog very much, right? So in the first question, I love my dog very much. And then he also had cancer and he died. So now I feel like I'm coping better with it as more of these deaths come along, which is touch wood, where's the wood? As more of these fears comes along, I'm just more used to it. For now, I think that my greatest fear, which is a change of the old one, is being comfortable with life. Nowadays when I work, I just feel like everybody is doing the same thing, everybody has the same goals, just because like in society or in education, like I see a lot of kids, okay, not kids, okay, they're like 1 or 2 years younger than me, who are interning at my company, or I look at my friends, they just want a stable job or like a good career prospect, or like joining a firm with like a bigger brand and hang out in bars, or like wanting to go to investment banking. This is just an example, and this is just an excerpt of like what I have noticed about people, about my colleagues. Most of them don't really have a hobby or like something else, you know, like something additional. They are not building on their skills. I just want to conform to the society norms. I still want to be learning always. Even now that I have tendered, I'm thinking of picking up new skills that I'm uncomfortable with. I want to be always learning. Yes, that is one of my greatest fear. I feel like over the past 2 years in my current company, I have gotten a bit too comfortable with like what I am doing. So yeah, this is a good wake-up call. And the last question, which is, what is your proudest moment? One of my proudest moments was when I was the finance director of my previous non-profit organization, and I managed to have like a profitable business even though things were getting tough. And over the past 5 years, the net profit has been like deep diving, and I'm not even kidding about deep diving. And in my term, I was really challenging myself and pushing myself to a limitless limit, and finally we really broke even, and we even achieved like quite a bit of net profit. Best record in past 5 years. That was my proudest achievement. And to me, just like everything that I have put my heart into and my soul into, not just about the term where I was a finance director, even previously, I just like to break like stereotypes or like the limits, the expectations given to us. Yeah, so that's all for the kickstart of this self-awareness series. I used to create a lot of these kind of trainings or talks or activities. So if you are interested, please like, subscribe and comment on what you want me to talk about next. So I hope you have enjoyed this series of my self-awareness series or know yourself series. And I really enjoy working or planning this kind of topic, and this is something that I myself really enjoy doing. I feel that it's very important to know yourself, to be able to control your emotions. Also, if any of you have heard of like stoicism and have read some books about it, please recommend me some useful materials because I would really like to study it. Thanks for watching. Bye. I'll see you in 5 days time. Bye.